Welcome everyone to our Meet the PÖFF Filmmakers. My name is Triin Tramberg and I am the first feature film curator, and with me I have the director of Storm, Erika Calmeyer. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
So let's start from the beginning of, before we dive into Storm. How did you get into films and what was the way here?
I think I've always been very interested in films and in creating worlds and stories. And as a kid, I would always, when me and my friends were playing, I would always decide what we would be playing, and I would even write scripts of what we should be playing and what we should be doing. So I think it just started very early, and then at some point I found film and found that it was just such a beautiful art form to express so many things. So I started making films about 10 years old, and then kept going. Yeah.
But what type of themes does inspire you, and what are the film directors that you look up to?
So I'm mostly interested in stories about characters who are in dilemmas and difficult dilemmas. I'm most interested in films, both watching and making myself, where we try to figure out why we as people do as we do, because we do so many strange things. We hurt the people we love, and we try for things, but we make it worse for ourselves. I mean, we are so complex, and to try and learn more about why we do as we do and who we are through stories, and both writing them but also watching them, I think is what is most inspiring, trying to figure out who we are. And yeah.
But the directors, who would you say have you I won't ask what is your favorite film, but because that is the most hardest question to ask for someone is in film business.
Yeah.
But I would still ask what are the key elements or the directors or films that did kind of give you more and made you push more into going to filmmaking?
I don't think that has been one director or one film that has kind of been kind of the perfect film or the perfect career or something. But I mean, I love Steve McQueen's films. I love Susanne Bier. I mean, there's lots of great filmmakers that really are able to plunge into the depth of who we are, that really inspires me. So it's basically I'm inspired by a wide range of films and filmmakers, I say.
But you are a lot also in series. So when I checked up on a little bit of your background, then you are very into series. And what do you do exactly within series? Do you actually create them? Do you direct them? What do you do there?
So I've done both. I've created my own show, and I've also directed scripts from other people. And the work from TV drama, I think, has been super interesting, and I've learned so much through that. But I also think making features or short films and doing TV drama, it's the same, but it's also two different disciplines.
Yeah.
Doing features, I think, has a special. It's making a film where people buy a ticket, they go into a dark cinema, they have set the time frame for watching this film, and you don't have that same pressure of the audience clicking on to something else. You really have the time to absorb yourself in a film. Also, as a filmmaker, it makes you you're able to build the film up in a different way, and you can take more time and tell the story in I think more unique ways than with TV drama. So yeah, it is a bit of a difference also.
So I'm not going to yet ask which is more interesting, series or film, because I guess this is right now you're just starting the road, and you will probably be bouncing back and forth within series and films, I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
but when we talk about Storm, this is quite a very interesting story. And you said when we previously talked that you did this for 10 years. How did the story come to you, and what was the journey from script to big screen?
So the idea for the film started for me with this I had a picture in my head of the situation where a young boy has fallen into the river, and the sister is standing at the bank of the river, and the mother comes and sees this, and she doesn't know what actually happened. But they were the only ones there, and we know that they had been arguing, and so what actually happened was kind of my first vision of the film. And then quite early on in the process, I realized that there were some accusations against the daughter, and for me that just puts the mother in an just incredibly complicated situation, because there are accusations that the daughter has pushed the son, but is it really true? And she wants to protect her daughter against these accusations. At the same time, she's starting to question herself if the accusations might be true, and how do you maneuver in that landscape as a person or as a mother, and for me it was just such a complicated situation that didn't have any easy answers and or an easy solution, and so that made it very interesting for me to start digging into the material and into the mind of the mother, and and that's where it started, basically.
Yeah, because I have to say, as a parent, it was incredibly difficult to watch, knowing, and it's actually amazing that as a first film maker, you have managed to create this psychological, complete, like, who do we believe? And when I ended the film, the first thing was, you have managed to do Winterberg's Hunt, the same moment of like, so who do we believe? And so I have to ask, Did the girl push in your mind, or did she not push the brother?
She did push the brother, and yeah.
Yeah.
And why? I think I'm not so interested in why or how, or was it intentional? Is she a bad person, or is she evil in that sense? I'm not so interested in those questions, because that is also the questions that goes through the mother's mind of what can we do? Can a child do this just because you're angry and you push someone and you don't know the consequences? Or did she actually know the consequences? And I think what does that say about her? So I think these are the questions that go through the mother's mind, and makes it also at some points also hard for her to fully love her child. And I think those questions I'm interested in bringing up in the film, and maybe not so much answering them.
I think that's where I think this is the case where, as a parent, you want to believe that the daughter didn't push, but maybe as not a parent, you're like, of course she did. So in that case, that's why I was saying that at the end, we within our programming team, we did have this kind of like, did she or didn't she? Because parents thought that no, it's not. You don't want to believe that. So in that case, very greatly done, and I do suggest for everyone to watch it. But then coming back to the festival, and we are going to wrap up this short conversation here. Do you plan to go to winter swim?
I actually didn't bring my bathing suit.
H&M is just around the corner.
Well.
So I guess not.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I would like to thank you for this conversation. Thank you for doing it. What is your next plan, by the way? What is? Are you working on a feature film or a series or a short film?
I'm directing a drama series at the moment, going to production we start shooting in about 10 days.
Okay. Yeah. So going from one to another. That's great. And I wish you luck for that. And I wish for you to come back here again.
I hope I will. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And go and watch Storm in cinemas.